Hello guys, I'm Terry. I'm the president of Tops. Tops has been around for 67 years. I'll wander when I talk, sorry. So, that's why I don't like podiums.
You want us to kill that screen? You want us
Yeah.
to kill
Okay.
I was here. Let me go and turn it off.
Okay. Tops has been around for 67 years. We have 15 locations around Memphis. We have number 16 being built, or actually the plans are at the construction office right now. So that'll be opening up in June. We have 200 employees. We serve right now about 1.6 million people a year. That's who comes through there. So it's really interesting. If you how many of y'all are familiar with Tops or been in Tops? Well, good, because I got free food for you here. I got free food tickets at the end, so you'll like that. What's interesting is, as much as I've been with Tops, you hear more people talk about the hamburgers than you do the barbecues. We have great barbecue. We've got ribs. I had somebody come up. I didn't know y'all had ribs. I've never had anything but a cheeseburger. So it's typically, if you follow, it's us and Huey's are always number 1 and number 2 in most of the polls for the hamburgers. So that's what we do. We sell brisket and ribs, pork, and barbecue and hamburgers. So as we go through this today, if you have questions, please ask. If you have comments, please throw in. I can stand here and talk for an hour with no problem at all. But I'd rather you guys participate. Mostly what I was going to kind of talk about today was leadership. But before I go, what are you guys learning in this program? What are you here for? What, in this class and what you're doing, what are you learning?
Networking.
Networking?
For me, it's kind of just gaining inspiration based on other people's paths.
Well, y'all are in this class. I mean, in this class. But are y'all in the hospitality program?
Yes.
What are you learning?
Professionalism.
How to take care of people and to put other people's needs in front of your own.
Well, that's a textbook answer.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to do? Be in the restaurant business? Be in the hotel business? Is that what you guys are looking to do? Is that your career path? Man, you got a lick of sense. Okay, so see where we go. And again, we'll kind of roll through, because I went to Memphis I spent 5 years in Memphis. My scholarship ran out after 4, and my mother said, you better get out because I'm not paying for any more of this, or else I would still be in school. I loved being in college. I'm a KA, so I lived for 3.5 years in the fraternity house, and where the KA house is now was down the street at the end of the parking lot when I pledged. Then they tore it up and moved into Minders, where we are now. So I spent an awful lot of good times in Memphis. I lived in Richardson Tower for a little bit, and they tore it down and built some plaza that y'all have over there as a dorm now. Career goals for some of you. What are you looking to do? Own your own place? Be a manager at a hotel? Run a resort? I mean, is that what most of y'all are kind of in the business to do? Okay. Well, it's all hospitality. I will tell you, I'm also part of the Tennessee Hospitality Association here for the state. So in Memphis, we have the Memphis Restaurant Association, and then we have the Hotel Motel Lodging Association. And at the state level, it's one group. Hospitality, we are the second largest employer in the state of Tennessee, right behind agriculture. We actually thought we might even beat agriculture this year. This fell a little short. In this job, no matter what you do in this business, you will always have a job if you want a job. It may not always be what you want to be, but in hospitality, you will always be able to get a job. If you can cook, you can work anywhere. Restaurant business is, they're everywhere. They're booming. I will tell you, you get into this business, you have to understand that your life is going to be different from everybody else. This business does not afford you you don't work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. In this business, we work when everybody else is off. So you work holidays, you work every holiday, you work weekends. So the job I'm in now is the first job that I've ever had that I tend to work more Monday through Friday. And I've been in the business for 34 years. So 33 of those, most of those years, even as a director, of operations, director of food and beverage, GM. I typically worked Sundays and Mondays. I had split days off for almost 20 years. The lifestyle is different. I shop at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's great because you go to movies in the middle of the week when nobody else is there. I was tremendously fortunate because when my kids were little, I get to go on field trips and do all the stuff with the kids because I didn't work during the day. You know, they have a field trip on a Thursday day, whatever. I'll take Thursday day off. So it's a lot of interesting lifestyle changes that you make for being in this business. But again, we're 24/7, 365 days a year, hotels, restaurants, resorts, we're always going. So be prepared for a little bit different lifestyle. Even when I was in college, I had late afternoon classes, except for my freshman year when you had morning classes because you didn't know any better. But after that, I actually had, if you're, any of y'all in Greek, any of y'all fraternity or sorority? So, this one? What sorority are you in? Tommy? We're doing a catering for you guys. We're working on that now. So, we've got, I even had pledges that would get up and take me to school because I worked at night, I bartended. So I wouldn't get in until 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I had pledges that were assigned to come get me at 10, 11, 12 o'clock, come get me and drive me to class because I always took afternoon classes. Just a different lifestyle. Even in college, it was always a different lifestyle. So you guys talk about you're all going into management. That's your goal. So what's your definition of management?
Like overseeing like the different, well, for me I want to work in like the hotel, so overseeing like different parts of like the hotel and how it runs. But I like also like obviously I want to like be working for the hotel and like kind of work my way through like maybe different parts so I can see it and then like oversee it.
I'll touch on that in a little bit, but you're right, in the hotel business. I was in the casino business for 9 years.
Terry, if you would you repeat the answer the best you can so the folks in back can
For
hear?
management? Yeah, she was talking about, I will tell you my definition of management for no matter what you do and where you go is this. Management is getting things done through others time and time again. Because being a manager is not how hard you work. If you want to clean the grill off every single night yourself, well, you're not a very good manager. The goal is, how do you get that grill cleaned every night? Through your employees. So that's what management is. It's just getting things done through others. The thing that I teach all my managers, right now I have 15 general managers. I have 30 assistant managers and leads. I have 2 director of operations. I have a quality assurance guy. But the focus I put on them is not management. I spend most of my time talking about leadership. So it's kind of what we were talking about a minute ago. So most of what I teach them is leadership. So what's the difference between leadership and management?
Leadership, you can lead more by action, and management I feel like is more direction.
Okay.
Just because you're a manager doesn't mean you're necessarily like a good leader.
You nailed that on the head. But
Can I jump in and
Sure.
tell you my opinion?
absolutely.
Okay, here's my, because I've been in the industry, I've had at least 25 years of experience, either also in the Navy and in hospitality. I've learned that you manage policies and process, and you lead people.
What's the number one thing you have to be a leader?
Integrity.
Leadership.
Followers. Who are you going to lead? If people don't follow you, you're not a leader. I started in this business 2 weeks after I graduated high school. Graduated high school, looked in I don't know if y'all remember what these things we used to call it, they're papers. There used to be one ads in the paper back a long time ago. And I actually found a job. I lived in Collierville. I found a job in Whitehaven at Shoney's. I started working at Shoney's 2 weeks out of high school. I had polyester brown pants and funky shirts, but that's why I started in the restaurant business. I worked there for a while, started to work for, anybody been to Westie's downtown? So, used to be the North End. I went through there all through school. I worked there for almost 5 years. I had hair, you know, about as long as her. You know, my hair was all the way down to here, all the way through college. Went in as a server, said, hey, I want to bartend. I was bartending not too much later. There, and like a lot of independents, the bartenders were the managers on duty. So here I'm 19 years old, and now I'm the manager. Had to write the schedules, had to be responsible for people. You know, you just kind of get thrown into this. All this while I was going to school. I wanted to learn to cook. I wrote the schedule. Guess what I did? I put myself on the schedule and learned to cook. So now I cook and I bartend and I managed. The owner down there had a group of stuff. I drove carriages downtown. If you've seen the carriages downtown, I used to drive carriages. We had a bakery and a tamale company, and I kind of ran and delivered and did all that. Worked all my way through. Did that for all those years. Back when I was in, we had happy hour. We had happy hour from midnight to 3 a.m. Those were good times. Good times.
For you or for them?
Well, me, I made a lot of money.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
In this business, you make a lot of money. Graduated school, went to work for Bennigan's, cut all my hair off. That was a sad day.
Oh.
Went to work for Bennigan's. Worked for Bennigan's for a while. Went to Macaroni Grill. One of the things, so Macaroni Grill, I got in a niche. I did a lot of openings, and if you open restaurants, it's a brutal lifestyle. And I got in that for a couple of years, where I just kind of got in a niche where they kept moving me around to open restaurants. Oklahoma City was pretty neat. Opened up in April of, what was it, probably 94, 95.